Today we're making the Bone Chimera fight the mobs from legendary monsters. Starting with, as always, the Ender Scent, of course. Hello, hi, hello. And we're fine, okay. Wakey, it's time to fight. Come on, there we go. All right, of course, yeah, we have this attack that is bugged. Nothing we can do about it for now until it gets updated. But yeah, this probably will hurt the Bone Chimera in the long run. This attack goes through 35 damage. I don't think the Ender Scent has enough sustainability to keep up with that. Right now it is destroying it. And it all depends, I think, on the choice of damage that the Bone Chimera can do. It has 600 HP, which is a lot considering this guy has only 200. If they had the same amount of HP, the Bone Chimera would be dead right now. So the Bone Chimera is mostly just a big tank soaking up a lot of HP. And he is probably going to stand up very soon. I'm assuming it's half health that he stands up. Yep, there we go. And now the attack works correctly. And this is where, yeah, he's going to do massive damage. Bonk. Okay, these bonks only do 11 damage. But it's gonna be probably enough. Only one bonk like this and it's over. He missed. There we go. Okay, then we have the Shulker Mimics. Shulker Mimic that is receiving right now, at the moment of the recording, a future rework. The structure will get a rework, the Shulker Mimic will get a rework, so we'll make probably a bunch of fight with him once we get the rework and the new boss. Okay, well, that hit. It still does damage. If the hand hits at the right place, and since this guy has a pretty large hitbox. Okay, so big attack. Wait, is it 2 hits? It did multi-hits. Feel like it did. The head attack does very little damage, but this, yeah, okay, so if it steps in it, it's working. So it might not be bugged, it might just be weirdly hitboxed. I'm not sure. But while we were rambling about bugged attack, the Shulker Mimics only has 3 HP left and it's dead. It's so close. Both of them lower the HP of the Bone Chimera. Alright, then we have the Frostbitten Golem, which is one of the weakest of the mod. This is why now I'm putting it a bit earlier rather than at the end. And I wonder, well, he's pretty tough though. He's resisting. Never mind, that did so much damage. The ice attack is getting a lot of hits on the Bone Chimera, but only like a few damage. 3.9 on 600 HP, that is not a lot. Only the slam does a lot of damage. Okay, he lost the crystal. I wonder if it changes the attack or the speed. I feel like it's a bit faster right now. I think it is, but it won't even put the Bone Chimera at second phase, I believe. It only has 20 HP left. One big slam and it should be enough to kill the Frostbitten Golem, and it's just going to choose to do some head attack. And I'm frozen. Oh, never mind. It reached the second phase, and that's gonna be it. Next, we have another bone creature, the Skeletosaurus. It's bone versus bone. At this point, we'll be able to do a bone trio or quatuor with the Dead Horn and the Ancient Remnant. And he lost, look at that, the healing. This thing has like 60 health per second when it's not aggroed to something, and for some reason, it completely lost the aggro and is not returning it. There we go. And I believe Skeletosaurus might have the upper hand here. It is faster, it hits stronger for most of its attack, and more consistently. Yeah. A lot less HP. Again, it's 200 against 600, but the DPS is so high for the Skeletosaurus. Okay, now it may change since most of this big attack does 20-something damage when it hits, when it's not the stab. But Chimera is already almost dead. Yeah, these attack... It all depends on... Oh, there we go. That's so nice. Okay. It all depends on the reach that the Bone Chimera has. Okay, so the more further away it is, the bigger the attack, I believe. Because when it's right next to it, it's doing always the small attacks. Next one is the Withered Abomination. And now we're entering in the a bit stronger category. Normally, starting with this guy or the Lava Eater, mobs have a hard time if they are not strong enough. This did 33 damage, which might... Yeah... It's probably immune also to Withering Effect, and it's just pushing it away with his horn. I just want to see if the Withered Abomination has enough DPS. I don't think it has, because we are not even second phase, and it's taking so much damage. Not sure how it's going to go. If this attack would have AoE, it would probably be different. I'm not sure anymore if it's bugged or not. 34 damage, that is insane. The Chimera is second phase? Let's see what it does. Yeah, only these small swoop are not a lot of damage, but it's gonna be enough. Alright, Lava Eater. This one has a few immunity, like when it does that and it grabs by behind, it's 15 damage per tick of damage. Has a lot of fire effect, and this thing, yeah, it's not immune to fire. We saw that in the previous video. We cannot see anything when it's under fire. And the Lava Eater has not even received... Okay, never mind. Now it's received a lot of damage, and the Bone Chimera is already at 350 health. The fire is insane. And this makes it invulnerable for the time that it grabs and bites. Okay, the bite did not last long, and the Bone Chimera is somehow not standing up. There we go. 174 HP left. Now this is where we'll see a difference in DPS. Let's see if it can just... It's only 83 health, 80 health. Is it going to be enough? It got in the ground. It dodged the attack. Dodged another attack. The Bone Chimera has 20 HP left. Only needs 1 or 2 attack, and it's going to be over. It's the flame that will end it. The Bone Chimera is dead. Let's see how it does against the Overgrown Colossus and its OP regen. One thing that mobs can do is dodge the poison. And this thing heals when enemies get poisoned by the poison. Yeah, like that. It's instantly healing to full health, keeping the Bone Chimera poisoned. Well, if it's not like actively poisoned, it doesn't have the effect. The damage still transfers the HP. There we go. And it's back to full health. Normally you would just back off and ignore the poison, wait for it to low down, or just shoot it with something if it's not immune to projectile. But since it can't do that, it's just a dumb dinosaur. Well, it is getting completely destroyed, and now it should stand up. Let's see if standing up will be enough now that it has a way more DPS. Well, if it chooses the right attack and already full health, almost. It is somehow choosing to not do the big attack. Okay, there we go. 12 damage is not going to be enough. It's not doing all the big attack, because it's keeping its distance really close to the Bone Chimera, not triggering the stronger attacks. All it would need is a few, like, grab and stun and like this to just throw it away and then grab it back with the hand, which it will do right now. It missed. So yeah, this threw down the Overgrown Colossus, because keeping it at a distance is what prevents it from healing like this. And it's dead. Alright, next we have the Ancient Guardian, and this thing can stun a lot. Let's see how stunny it can become. So it is, yeah, grabbing. I think there's a stun after this chain grab. No, there's not. But the DPS on that thing is insane. It just doesn't have a lot of HP. Again, a 200 HP mob. It is pretty consistent on the HP from this mod. A lot of 200 HP bosses. Or mini-boss, I'm not sure what to count them as. I'm pretty sure the Cumulonimbus is the only bosses right now. These are just like strong mini-boss that have their own like location. Alright, okay, Bone Chimera's phase 2, if it decides to stand up. Hello, there we go. They're both half health, but now the Bone Chimera has an increase in DPS. If it chooses the good attack. This thing has 20 armor though, it's not doing a lot to it. Unless it does that, 20 damage. This is going to be very close. There's the grab. It almost killed the Bone Chimera. All it needs to do is a big attack. 6 HP. It's over. It was one attack away. Alright, let's see how the Possessed Paladin do. It is pretty strong normally against these type of mobs. It has a good attack. Yeah, 16, 11, 12, 27, and normally can heal from that. This is going to be quickly done. Let's see if it can reach the phase 2 of the Possessed Paladin though. There's a good chance that it will. I feel like the Bone Chimera has such a long neck, but not a lot of range somehow. Now, it looks like it has a lot of reach, but it doesn't seem to be. Alright, it almost reached half health of the Possessed Paladin. But it's choosing to do the small attack because it's close. Yeah, there we go. We got second phase. Which is pretty good for the Cursed Paladin now. Yeah, it's stronger. It kinda almost killed it. Alright, okay, so this is going to be an interesting one against the Dune Sentinel. This one has a lot of range and it's keeping its mob away with the explosion and the melee attack. Like, you would think it could hit it from there with its head, but it has to be this close, which is kind of weird. And it misses with its attack. The hitbox is way smaller than I would think. You would think that the hitbox is at least large as its base, but it's not. It is, whoops, way smaller. But right now, the explosion are not doing a lot of damage to the Bone Chimera. And the Dune Sentinel is slowly losing. And as always, I need to back up. I hate the screen shake. Oh my god. Let me out of this. Okay, Dune Sentinel is half health. The Bone Chimera is only a quarter. A third, I mean. And big attack. That was a lot of damage. I think it can do, yeah, 2 ticks of damage when it does that. Depending on the size of the hitbox, I think. And it is almost dead. 26 HP for the Bone Sentinel. Not even half health for the Bone Chimera. 10 HP left. 2 HP left. And no, it missed. It's dead. There we go. And it just stood up. Right, and finally, we can use the new thing from the Mob Battle mod to summon, let's say, 5 Bone Chimera. We can even set the team to, like, Mob 1, like this, so we can just plop it right there. We have a Chimera of Chimera, and we can use another egg to name it Mob 2 and only have 1 as an amount. And then we can summon the Cumulonimbus like this. There we go. Look at that. This is a new thing in the Mob Battle mod that I haven't used yet. It is pretty useful. We can save the team inside the egg. This is going to save me some time when I'm preparing teams and stuff. But the Cumulonimbus have so much AoE. But wait, hold on. The big smash attack are doing a lot of damage to the Cumulonimbus. I might have been overboard with the amount. Well, okay, this one is already half health. This thing doesn't have damage cap, I think. Yeah, 60 damage on that hit. I don't think the Bone Chimera will have this. But it reaches the phase 2 of the Cumulonimbus, but now it's going to have even more attacks. This thing does 37, the charge does a big 60. That is insane on that thing. It doesn't do the lightning right now for some reason. I stand corrected. but the Cumulonimbus is half health now. Haven't done the laser yet. But remember, when it uses the laser, it gets stunned after, so this might give some time to the Bone Chimera to do some damage. Okay, 13 per hits. It grabbed it out of the air. It grabbed its friend. Okay, here's the laser. Oh, the laser does way less damage than I thought it would. Only 11 per tick, which is probably good if you're a player. You don't want to think that goes through armor to do like 50 damage. But is it gonna be enough to kill all the 3 Bone Chimera left? It has 64 HP left. Okay, all 3 of them are stuck inside the sloop. One of them is dead. This one has 150, and this one has 200 HP left. But the Cumulonimbus only has 50. It got grabbed, and it's going to probably... Oh, shoot the laser! I was not expecting another laser, but it got grabbed again. Dodged the attack, but now it's stunned on the ground. Okay, this hit killed the last... almost last one. I forgot the name of this in English. You know what I mean? L'avant-dernier, calice. And now... Only HP... 18 HP left. Okay, now it's healing 60 per tick, but... That was so close. Anyway, that's the end of the video now. Subscribe. Goodbye.